I'm Ken, and you're at Phat Guys at the Movies right here at Frank Theaters in Conway, South Carolina. And tonight, the magic is here. Now You See Me with Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine, Mark Ruffalo, Jesse Eisenberg, and a host of other people. But first, you notice there's nothing in this chair. See? Nothing, nothing, nothing in this chair. The chair is empty, which means that the other fat guy, Oliver, is not here. Now You See Me is about a bunch of street magicians, okay? Has magic in it. We are going to magically make Oliver appear. So bear with me now. Right here in front of your very eyes, Oliver, well, you can guess how many pounds in my neighborhood, is going to appear right before your eyes. Ready? Abracadabra. Where'd you come from?
Where am I? How did I get here?
This is Billy. I don't know. I was looking for Oliver. Wait, folks, hold a second. This didn't quite work out right. This magic trick wasn't quite what I was expecting. Billy, no offense, but I don't want you, okay? So I'm going to get rid of Billy and see if we can get Oliver. Ready? Let's try it again. Abracadabra. Okay. Billy's gone. Now, I'm going to have to come up with... I guess I didn't have the right words for Oliver. Okay, here you go for Oliver. Ready? Eat at Hardee's. You again?
Yeah, me.
Man, I don't know what it is. Oliver must be in some other dimension or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, well, it looks like I'm stuck with Billy. By the way, folks, this is Billy. He's not quite a fat guy yet, but we will get him there eventually. So, but you did get to see Now You See Me.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, so I guess Billy's going to have to fill in for Oliver tonight, and we'll try and figure out something between now and the end of the show, see if we can figure out where... Do you get the feeling that somebody's watching us? That's an eerie feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody in the theater. I don't know. Anyway, on with the movie. So, Now You See Me, story about a bunch of street magicians. I keep on saying musicians.
No musicians.
Yeah, no musicians. There was music in it, but it wasn't that kind of music. But it's the street magicians are Jesse Eisenberg is one of them.
Yes.
Woody Harrelson, and in his post Hunger Games movies, and a couple other folks that whose names slip my mind right at the moment, but they're ones that are familiar. Then, of course, it's got the iconic Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman awake in this.
There's some of them.
Yeah, and well, again, it's a story about a bunch of magicians, and it's in a summer full of sequels. This was not a sequel.
No, it was not. It was an original intellectual property.
Yes, and an original idea. So,
yes.
Right now, we're going to give you our take of, doggone, man. It's just making the hair stand up on the back of my neck. It feels like somebody is looking at us. Do you see anybody?
No, I can feel it though.
Yeah, I know. Look, the hair stand.
Like breathing.
What hair you got?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, is on the back of your. Don't do that. The glare off of your forehead.
Sorry.
Off your yarmulke top there just about got to me. But anyway, we're going to break up now, and we're going to do our individual review of Now You See Me with Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine. This one I was really looking forward to because this is the year of the sequel. You got Iron Man 3, you got Star Trek Into Darkness, which is basically Star Trek 2. You've got, you name it, it's coming in some sort of sequel or a remake like The Great Gatsby or some other movie. A bunch of other movies coming out. So I was really looking forward to this one because Now You See Me looked like it had an original idea, and original ideas are not something that's coming out of Hollywood a lot lately. I think what they did, especially with the 1980s, there's this big dartboard down someplace in just off of Hollywood Boulevard, and it's inside this huge warehouse, and they send an intern down, and the intern goes with a dart, and whatever movie it lands on, that's the movie they're going to remake again this year. But this is one that was an original idea. They take 4 street magicians and bring them together, and it's hard to really tell you what all they did. without giving the plot away, because this has twists and turns. It keeps you suspenseful all the way through the movie. It's got some good comedy scenes. It's got some good action, even some good driving sequences, i.e. Fast and Furious, but with real drivers and real cars and real drive and real good driving. But they came together and they did these fantastic magic tricks, and at the end of each one of these magic tricks, in a 3-part magic trick, they gave away millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. It's really cool. Wouldn't have mind been there myself. There would have been some of the recipient of that falling cash. But it was a well thought out story, a well planned story. You don't know what's going on until the final minutes. No matter when you think somebody else is, one person is the culprit, that is blown away. Then you think, well, maybe it was this guy, and then that's blown away, or maybe it was this woman. Well, that was blown away. This was a suspenseful movie that keeps you guessing all the way through it. I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 5 because it has a good plot. The acting is very good. I've never been one, especially that's like Jesse Eisenberg. Ever since the Social Network, he's always that wise guy jerk that you hate to watch. But actually in this movie, not only did it fit, but he played it in such a way that it had almost an appeal in this particular one. Mark Ruffalo did an excellent job as the detective that was going after, the FBI agent that was going after these guys. Morgan Freeman was his usual great self. Michael Caine, what can you say about Michael Caine? One of the great iconic actors of all time. And then a supporting cast that was really strong. This is a good one. This is a must-see. Go out and see this one. Now You See Me. You will thoroughly enjoy it.
And we don't get many of those. It didn't look like a mystery. Seeing the previews, I never thought this is going to be a whodunit, but it definitely was, and it kept you guessing. Even though I feel like they may have gave one line away in about halfway through the movie that made me suspect who the butler of this story was, and it was one of it. I thought is going to be the least obvious person, and that's who it turned out to be. I hope I don't spoil it, but the cinematography is probably the part I like the least. The director, for the first 20 minutes of the movie, there wasn't an edit longer than 3 seconds. He just kept cutting. The cameras were always moving. It was to show excitement and all this fast movement. I understand what he was trying to do, but it ended up making me a little nauseous. I had to look away from the screen a couple of times because for 15 or 20 minutes, the camera would just be spinning around people. So I had to look away a couple of times to get my bearings. But the end of the movie, it came full circle, and I feel like it was pretty good. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I don't want to quite give it a 4 because there's some other movies that are better that are 4s, but it's not a bad movie at all. It's definitely worth a few dollars to come and see, and anytime you get to see Mark Ruffalo these days is good because he's pretty good. So that's what I think.
There you have it, 3.5 of 4, which is a pretty solid rating for a decent movie. And
it was a good movie.
Something that I think you'll enjoy because it does take a lot of twists and turns. And I do agree with you about the lady actors. There was one I did recognize, though. The lady, I was sitting there all the way through the movie trying to figure out who this French lady is. And then it dawned on me. She was the femme fatale that killed all of the Nazis in Inglourious Bastards.
Shoshana.
Yeah, Shoshana. I'm thinking she really looks familiar, and then but then they did a close up and that face and the face on the screen and and I said that's her. So and it's the first time I've seen her. It's the first time I've seen her since that movie.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. Definitely go. Doggone it, man! That is really eerie. No, it's not there. I don't know, folks. Either this theater's haunted or something's going on. I don't know. But anyway, the chill on my back. Something's just looking at us.
It's crazy.
But anyway, so that's Now You See Me. Next week, there's 2 movies coming out. You've got The Purge, which has kind of an interesting idea. The entire United States is free of crime and free of violence except for one night a year. when they can do pretty much anything they want to. Sounds like Detroit anytime.
Yeah, that sounds like a good movie. But the only thing I've seen in the previews, it looks like they focus it all on one family.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'd
like I
like to
said,
see the bigger picture. Pull back and show the bigger picture.
It sounds like Detroit every
but
day.
we'll see. We'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
so
Yeah.
I said Detroit every day. Yeah. So, and the other is the internship, and we're going to be reviewing the internship. That's with
Now-
Owen Wilson and
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Now, is
and
that
they're
a sequel to Wedding Crashers?
no, it's
Or is it, because it seemed like when I saw the preview, it seemed like they were playing the same roles.
yeah, it was something similar. It looks like similar roles, but then again, every time they've been in a movie together, it's been the same roles. You know who the executive producer is for all of Vince Vaughn's movies?
John Favreau?
No, Peter Billingsley.
Oh.
Ralphie.
Wow.
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
your eye out. He and Vince Vaughn are best friends, and he became a producer and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So
He's a good-looking man these days.
yeah, so that's going to be next week. The internship is what we're going to be previewing and reviewing right here at Phat Guys at the Movies.